I've also forgotten what Japan is like with tourists in this country now, because most of the time I've been here, it's been during COVID rules. So I'm like, because I've never really lived here when the country was really open. I don't really count the first like 3 months that we were here, because that was just like an extended holiday. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like.
Well, I have to say, it's quite nice that there's no foreign tourists.
I was going to say, when the country's open, are we going to be complaining about the fact that...
I've started getting recognized a lot more in certain areas, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is what it's probably going to be like.
Yeah.
But legit, I got to the point where it's like, if I saw a white person in the distance, I'm like, is that someone I know? So it's like, wait, how did you get in here? It's like, I swear it got to the point where it's just like every white person in Japan just knew each other. It's like, oh shit.
I went to Akihabara not too long ago because I needed to pick up a bunch of stuff for a video.
Yeah.
And I got recognized like 4 or 5 times. And I was like,
That's the most, one of the most
shit.
common places.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah,
it hasn't
yeah.
even gone like full force yet. What's it going to be like?
Exactly.
If you want to get spotted the most, I'd say Asakusa and Akihabara. The
Yeah,
top
true.
two
Oh,
places.
yeah,
From
definitely.
my experience. Anyway. And Shibuya as well.
It was a weird experience as a foreigner going into the American embassy in Japan. Everyone just thought I was American, and every time I went in, like the immigration thing, they're like, no, this way, and I was like, no, I'm not American.
They're like, what are you doing here?
This
is in the British embassy.
3 or 4 separate occasions, I had like people think I was American and like try to tell me to go to the American citizen thing because I was like the only white dude there. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And I was like, I wonder if Gaunt got this.
I definitely didn't get that.
Okay.
They were like, oh, he's where he belongs. All right. Trying to get a green card? Okay, I see you're just married an American as well. Okay.
Yeah, that was weird. And I was like, oh, racial profiling. Oh, that was weird though. That was really bizarre.
Or the American embassy?
Yeah, I've never been into an embassy before that wasn't the Japan one in the UK.
Yeah.
So
The
I've never
British
been
embassy
to-
in Japan's like
I've never
a
been
palace. Oh, really?
No. Why would I have gone? Why don't you
It's
go?
like British Empire times.
Oh,
It's like a
God.
really palatial estate. It's probably the best embassy in Japan for a foreign
okay.
country.
American one, it was like even
Just a
walking
big
up
apartment blocks.
up
tiled
to
with
the thing
skyscraper.
had shit tons of security. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You walk in and they're like, oh, reservation for Barry Chopsticks, please.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very intimidating going into the American embassy.
Oh, American embassy is terrifying.
Yeah.
Scary.
Going into America in general.
But I didn't even get my visa. That was terrifying.
Why not?
Because they're like, I went through this whole thing, and then because you guys got yours on the spot, right?
No, they just said it was approved on
Yeah,
the
but I didn't
spot.
get that.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Wait, you
because-
didn't get approved on the spot?
No, I got refused.
They were like, you're already American. Why would you need a visa?
Oh, silly, no, it's that way.
Just come back with your actual passport, all right?
So you go through this there's like 3 inspections, right?
Yep.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, this feels pointless.
Yeah.
When you hear the word interview, I thought we were going to sit down with the dude.
Yeah.
He was going to, but then I may realize, oh, well, I guess the amount of people that are coming doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why you want to laugh? What you want to laugh at? What you want to laugh at?
Nothing, mate. Nothing.
Go on, laugh.
No.
He's building up to something, I know.
Yeah.
So you go into this embassy, it's terrifying. You're like, all right, everyone looks depressed and miserable. So we go through the first 2 things. I changed my appointment date. So then that caused so many problems already.
Right.
And they were like, the date is wrong on the file. I'm like, I changed the appointment date, and they were like, it's not what it says on our system. I'm like, can you please look again? And they looked again, and it was.
Yeah.
And then they were like, typing vigorously for 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, everyone else is way quicker than this.
Yeah.
I wait. She goes around back with my my passport and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Comes back. She's like, all right, go on to the next thing. Finally, I go to the interview.
Yeah.
And the interview is not what you imagine. You don't sit down at a desk like I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a glass screen and someone at
It's like you're going to a bank.
yeah, literally a
Yeah.
bank teller,
Yeah.
like kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they just ask you questions. And I don't know what they asked you guys, but they just asked me, they were like, so what do you do for work? And I was like, I'm a YouTuber.
You're a what?
Same here.
So then,
Disgusting.
and then I don't know if you had this as well. Then vigorous typing for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have that.
Oh, typing for like 5 minutes, and I was like starting to get a little sweaty because I'm like, this is a long time. Literally, like I want to say 3 to 5 minutes total
Right.
of me just standing there, where everyone else is getting asked questions like that, and I was like, did I answer wrong? Like, is YouTuber not on the list?
Looking up what a YouTuber was.
And then she calls someone else over, whispers something, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, what? I don't think I've done anything wrong. And then she's like, hey, have you won any awards or anything? And I'm like, they don't really give them out for what I do. Like
I won worst
award.
take on the trash.
yeah. So biggest clown, right? Let me explain this.
Trash Taste Awards. Yeah.
I just was like, I don't think anything that would really apply.
Yeah.
And then she again types again for another 3 to 5 minutes. She was very nice though, but it was just very like unnerving.
Yeah.
Everyone else was getting asked questions and then approved or yes or no. Then she goes, right, so can't give you a visa today. And I was like, what? Why? What? I just answered 2 questions. What do you mean? And then she goes, but it'll probably, it might be approved, and if it does, it'll just add 2 days to the process.
Right.
Hands me a piece of paper that in big says refused, and I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
And then it says due to administrative processing. Apparently, the system was down.
Right.
But it was terrifying because my visa said refused,
Yeah.
and on the website it said refused as well, and it didn't say anything about systems being down. And for like a week, it's just said refused. And I was like,
Just shitting yourself.
do we have to cancel the tour? Like,
Yeah.
what? What's?
I would have had to have gone on your place.
How would you get an American visa?
Well, I have to get one for December. For this boxing chess thing.
So
Got to do all this. So you're scaring the hell out of me.
I emailed like the lawyer on a Friday Japan, so like Thursday for American.
Yeah.
Being like, help, what is this? What is happening? Can you please explain what's happening? Thinking, they'll reply. They like never replied. So the whole weekend I was freaking out and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Is this bad? How bad is it? Is it fine? It's probably fine, right? I think I know it's fine, but it's kind of scary. It says refused and pig. And then like halfway through our cycling thing, it finally said processing. And I was like, all right, good. We got 10% of the loading bar done.
Yeah.
And then like near the end of the cycling, it finally said approved. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But the entire time during the cycling thing, people were being like, can't wait to see you in Nashville. Can't wait to see you in Salt Lake City. Can't wait to see you in New York. And I'm thinking, if I get there, what if the visa gets denied and I can't go?
What would have happened if you couldn't go?
We would have
had to cancel the tour.
It's
Yeah.
been like this, but Connor on it every.
I would just hold an iPad.
It's because before we weren't,
Get a sex doll and
you know,
just strap Connor's face to it
just
on a video.
terrifying, 'cause we got a different visa for the tour.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
normal.
See, I've been to the American Embassy a couple of times, because my ESTA got denied one time, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, if Joey got it,
Yeah.
no way I could.
And so I had to apply for a business visa the first time around, right? And I kind of had like a similar situation when I got the business visa.
Yeah.
Whereas like I didn't get it immediately, but then I eventually got it. But then this time around with this tour visa, I was just like, the woman was just like, so what do you do? I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. And she's like, oh, you're the first YouTuber I've ever interviewed.
Oh,
much.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
pleasant. And I'm like, well, there you go.
whereas you just got like laughed.
I
at.
will say it is a terrifying atmosphere because it's these 3 Americans interviewing people, and all you hear is like, "What is your job?
Yeah.
Your job. What is it?" And then they say something. I don't do, and they're like, "What is your job?" And it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like these people.
It's like an interrogation.
Yeah.
and these people can't really reply in English.
Yeah.
And it's just like these people are trying their hardest to speak in English, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these dudes sounded intimidating as hell because they're just shouting. And then this one dude in front of me got rejected. And that was really sad. And he was about to like kick off and stuff. But obviously, you can't really kick off in the embassy. But that man looked like he was about to throw hands. And he was getting really worked up.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like my interview was like pretty easy actually. I think it's like similar to Joey, where they asked me what I do. I was a
Were
YouTuber.
they being like loud to some people or like getting racist?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like even if some of the Japanese people could speak English, I'm sure like getting shouted at was not helping the stress level and English language skills.
Yeah.
But no, like I got the same question and they asked me what I did. I said YouTuber, and then I knew I was in for like a long explanation where they were just like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, they were like, "How do you make money?"
He's gonna be baiting you, right?
So they asked me how I make money, and I go like, I have like advertising, sponsorships, and everything like that. I have different areas of revenue. And then he goes, who puts advertisements on it? And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
This
God.
is
no.
where this is going to be. This is like literally explaining to your dad like how YouTube works and how you make money. And then I go through like the fucking 5-step process of explaining to your granddad how you make money doing your job, what a YouTuber is.
He knew all along. He was just like,
He's just trying to catch you.
Yeah. And then after this 5-minute long explanation, he goes, "Did you do anything before YouTube?" And I perk up and go, "The BBC." Well, I'll have you know, I used to work for the BBC. And then as soon as I said that, he's like, "All right, visa's approved."
Wow.
Wow, I got probably the best one. The woman literally just said, "What do you do?" And then she said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm doing a tour." And she's like,
"What do you do? Where are you going? What are you doing?"
"Yeah." And I was just like, "Oh, I'm doing a tour with some friends." And she's like, "Sounds fun. All right, your visa's approved."
oh.
It was like 30 seconds.
I think I just got unlucky on my day.
I think you just got on.
The system was down. Because I think normally what they do is they pull up your application to look at it.
Yeah.
But I think they just had like my piece of paper to go off of and what I told them. So
Yeah.
they were just like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. So I'll hand it off to someone else in 2 days.
Maybe I had an easier time because I applied for a business visa
Yeah,
beforehand.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Why is it that, when applying for visa, applying for like passports and shit like that, out of like all of the documents that you need in your life that you want the most information about, it's the hardest to get anything about visa or passport information.
Yeah.
Like you send your visa off you send your passport off for like a visa application, they're like, it could be done in like 3 weeks, a month. I don't know. You order a fucking package of Amazon, you get like a fucking hour by hour like breakdown of where this package
Yeah, to be
is.
fair, I got my passport delivered to me and I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
Thinking that the passport would get like lost in the mail.
Yeah, right?
In the UK, it'd be like such a gamble.
Stolen.
It would just be like, oh, free passport.
Yeah.
Royal Mail. Royal Mail rates. Yeah.